Yeah, he's the one that had his nostril.
Yeah, it did. It left a scar right there.
Yeah.
We were at a.
That wore the dresses. His mama made him wear the dresses.
Yeah.
But it did. When I pushed him off that go-kart, it cut his nose right there, and it left a scar.
Yeah.
And where were we when?
Was it Tommy's funeral?
Yeah, I guess it was.
I think it was.
And Wayne, I said, "There's Eddie Lephew," and I never would have recognized him. And we went over, and Wayne said, "Eddie, you know who this is?" And Eddie looked up like this, and he said,
he just pointed at that scar.
"Yeah, he pointed at
Still
that
got
scar."
it. Still got it. Yeah.
It's a wonder we survived.
Who was Hubert Clark?
Oh, he was the sissy of the neighborhood.
He's the only one.
And there was a
in the
guy who wore
hall
a dress.
with a basketball and a basket.
He was
Now,
the sister in the neighborhood, and there was a guy who wore a dress.
Well, Hubert was, his mom and dad both had jobs at the Hosier Mill, and that was a good place to work in those days. And he had a sister named Vivian, and they both, he'd come down to the house on his new bicycle. We didn't even have a bicycle. And he'd have on new blue jeans and I mean, dressed nice. And we'd be barefoot with no shirt on and most of the time with overalls. Well, he'd come down and no bicycle.
And no wagon.
No way.
And no knife.
And no
No
knife.
But he would come down on that bicycle.
And then cruise around.
Yeah. And where we going with this?
Well, he's the only
Hubert
one
Clark
that had
was.
a basketball, and his
No,
dad,
somebody asked about Hubert Clark.
Yeah,
I just asked who he was.
Oh, okay.
his dad made him. Well, his basketball court was dirt, and it was above the road. And every time he missed the goal, the ball would go in the road way down there. Well, somebody'd have to go get it. So his dad made him a net out of tobacco sticks to catch the ball. Anyway, he's the only one in the valley that had a basketball. So you did not make Hubert mad or upset him or beat him. He'd get his ball and come home.
You mean beat him up or beat him
Beat
up?
him
Yeah.
in the game.
Well, I was wondering about
Get
that.
more baskets. Well, the basket, we started out with a peach basket home. But his daddy finally bought him a net and a rim, and that's when he put that tobacco stick fence up. But if you upset Hubert, he'd get his basketball and go home. Well, there was it. Nothing.
But Dad had no use for Hubert Clark.
Oh, no, because he wouldn't work.
No.
No. R.L. was his uncle, R.L. Clark. He always had that red ox sticking way out here. And he wore a bus driver's cap. He looked like a Greyhound driver. You remember that?
Yeah.
Dad did not like R.L. because he would not work.
Well, who was it that let the tires out, let the air out of Hubert's tire? He came down on his
It
bicycle.
wasn't me.
Well, there wasn't but three of us there, and I didn't.
I did. So it must have been the third one. Who?
Him?
That's fair out of his own tire.
Okay. No, it wasn't me.
Somebody let the air out of his tire.
He was the first in the valley.
We didn't have a
Yeah, they
air
had a
pump or anything. They had to push it back home, and that was like about a half a mile.
Yeah.
And he wasn't fit to.
Well, R.L. Anyway, R.L. told. You remember him and Dad got to drinking moonshine together one
Who?
night. R.L. and Dad.
R.L. Clark?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was a lot younger than Daddy.
I know it. I know it. Yeah. And they were drinking one night. And old R.L. thought he was really doing something because he was with Bill Bryant running around. And I was over there, you know, for entertainment, you'd walk across the hill from our house down to the junction.
That's Midtown, man.
Yeah, down to the junction. That's what I had done. I was just down there loafing, and R.L. came in there, and he says he had that big jaw full of red ox, that bus driver's cap on. Wayne, do me and old Bill a favor. I said, what's that, R.L.? And he said, give me $5. I said, well, R.L., if I give you $5, how's he gonna do old Bill a favor? And he said, because if I don't get it from you, I'm gonna get it from him. He knew Dad was just a little bit tipsy, but I could not understand that. He always hated R.L. Yeah.
Well, he was lazy.
Yeah,
You know, he
he did not like lazy people.
Why did he wear a
Wayne.
bus driver cap?
You were speaking about their bus driver.
He probably stole it.
Tell him about
I don't know where he got it.
the bus that stopped down at Davis Diner.
Oh, I can't tell you can't say that word now.
Well,
The people that had to sit in the back.
No, I mean about the ones, the two that commandeered the bus.
Claudia and Junior Davis.
Yeah.
Claudia Hale.
Yeah.
They really did. Back then, the black folks had to ride in the back of the bus. And some of them were wanting to get off. The Davis Diner, the Whiteway was a bus stop. And that's where they stopped and took a break. And also picked up passengers. The bus driver had gone in, and the black folks was getting off of the bus because the white folks had first chance at the door. So the black folks was coming off, and they stepped up there, made them get back in the bus, and back in the back seat, and they called them that name we can't say.
Yeah.
You
And-
folks got to get in the back.
And
Wow.
they commandeered the bus.
And they took off in the bus, and they drove them around a while, and come back, parked the bus.
Junior Davis. Who was?
Junior and Claudia.
Claudia Hale.
Yeah. Then
Wow.
Roy Minot was the local
I was
state
gonna
trooper.
get you to tell that.
Yeah, he was,
Motorcycles.
yeah, he was the local state trooper, and he really did watch after us crazy guys. But Frank Davis had a motorcycle, and Minot, the trooper, was an ex-motorcycle cop. And he loved motorcycles. Well, Frank's motorcycle was parked outside the Whiteway. And Minot come in his cruiser and parked. Of course, then I think they had to leave the motors running. He left the motor running, got on Frank's motorcycle and took off. Well, Frank got in his cruiser and took off after him with the lights going. Pulled Minot over. Minot said, what in the world are you doing with my cruiser? And he said, what in the world are you doing with my motorcycle? And then another time he pulled Frank over. I guess it was revenge. He said, let me see your driver's license. Frank says, let me shoot your pistol. Never did show him his license, but he didn't have it.
I'll show you my license if you let me shoot you.
Yeah, he's partnering with him. Crazy. We used to.
Yeah.
I keep saying back then, and it was many years ago in the 50s, but new tires they wrapped in paper. You remember that?
Yeah.
Wrapped them in brown paper. And
That was when you pulled tar. You called it
yeah,
pulling
that's
tar.
where I'm going. The game was to get an old tire and wrap it in brown paper and tie a rope to it and let the
Yeah, we
side
didn't
tire-
have cell phones, TVs, or anything. This was entertainment.
No, this is no communications. The entertainment we had was things like this. You'd lay it beside the highway, and when a car come down through there and slam on its brakes and pull
See it
over.
wrapped in new tire paper.
Yeah, they'd come up there to pick that tire up, and you'd pull it, and they would say choice words and take off running. And so the guys down at Rockwood was always the bullies, tried to be. And Henry Robinson, we was talking about him earlier, and a gang was doing that. Rockwood boys come up there and grabbed the tire, threw it in the back seat and took off. And broke the rope and kept going. Well, the next weekend, they said, we're gonna fix him. They fixed him up a tire, put the stuff on it they needed to pull it with. And Rockwood boys come up there and pulled it up, grabbed the tire, threw it in the back seat. They had a steel cable tied to it. And tied to a tree. Guess what? Blew it, went the back door. And they kept their tire. They didn't get it. Taught them a lesson too. I think that stopped the tire pulling.
Well, do you remember when I was working at the White Way, Charles Ferguson was always up, he'd slip out the bedroom window after
Oh, yeah.
his mother put him in bed and come up and stay up with me. I worked midnight shift. At 13, I was 13 years old and I was working running that gas pumps from 11 to 7. And Charles was up there one night and a truckload of watermelons pulled in. And he said, just fill it, the driver said, just fill it up and pull it up out of the way if you can. And I said, I'll take care of it. And I filled him up with diesel, filled his tanks with diesel, and pulled it up under the, out away from the building, sort of in the dark. And Charles said, I wonder, we were talking, he said, why don't we get us a couple of watermelons off of that truck? And I said, well, the biggest reason is be stealing. He said, he won't miss them. And I said, well, throw them down here. Well, he climbed up in the back of that truck. And about the time he got inside that trailer, the truck driver came out. And Charles ducked down to keep the truck driver from seeing him. And we were standing there at the end of the trailer. And he paid for the diesel and all. And Charles, when that truck pulled out of there, Charles, I saw his head come up over that tailgate, and he was still in the truck. And the truck went on up to Oakdale Mountain out of Harriman.
It's real steep.
Yeah, and he stopped again at a truck stop. And Charles called. Wanted somebody to come up there and get him.
Didn't he jump out as the truck slowed down up the mountain?
Yeah, he jumped out.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And when
Walked
the
in
truck,
the Oakdale.
when the truck slowed down, because it was a steep mountain, and when the truck slowed down, yeah, Charles jumped out and found somewhere to use the phone, and he called. And what was his brother's name?
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy went up.
Yeah. Wow, that was our Xboxes, boy.
X what?
We played Xbox. Like that was our Xbox.
Okay.
Hey, Wayne was a Golden
That's
Glove.
when I started to say, tell them about Wayne
Yeah,
winning the
yeah,
championship of Golden Gloves.
Yeah.
This was the career of his Golden Gloves. A local guy there recruited a bunch of boys to fight in the Golden Gloves in Knoxville. And he got Wayne to go, and Wayne didn't even know how to put a pair of boxing gloves on. And they went up there.
Put me in the open. I've never been in the ring before. That means the open is your experience.
Yeah, and the bell rang, and they got that boy come running out there, and Wayne got like this.
That's the only thing he taught me. He said, boys, if you get in that ring and you see you're in trouble, protect your face like this. I jumped in the ring. He hit me one time, and I went technical knockout first round. That's true. TKO first
They
round.
ranked, the bell was the dishpan and the spoon.
Yeah, big spoon.
Well, didn't you used to race cars? Didn't you have some kind of trophy for being racing the cars?
Oh, that was a Volkswagen.
That was
Volkswagen. George. Was it you or
No,
George?
Wayne.
What was that?
It was.
A
It was
Volkswagen.
at your mom's
Raced it at the
house.
drag race.
That's me. I got 2 trophies.
That's what I thought, because
Yeah.
they were at Edith's.
Well, yeah, because you came in and you was showing us the trophies that you won out of the drag strip.
Yeah.
And I said, ain't no way.
Yeah.
And he said, I won the race
Yeah.
in this class.
And 2. I won twice. 2 different.
Well, there wasn't anybody else but
No.
you. All he had to do
That's
was
the only
run down.
Volkswagen there. And nobody shows
I've
up
never heard
racing.
that
They
Oh,
just
that
ain't
was
your
the
Yeah.
guy who took his
Yeah.
glory away.
I
So that
never
was-
knew
so
that.
that
I
was-
just remember Uncle Wayne
That was like a
racing and getting the trophy.
participation trophy.
It was.
Yeah. And guess what? My very first car, you said was a 31 Hutmobile.
Yeah. Me and George bought it for you.
Yeah.
Old man Swice.
Yeah. And I wanted a Skeeter A Skeeter is today a four-wheeler. But I took axe to it. It's 31 Hutmobile, rare collector, but it wasn't in that.
What was old man Swicegood's car he bought?
Yeah,
New.
but I took the axe. Would you help me? It's a white one.
I helped you chop it.
Somebody helped.
I didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, right behind the windshield, we started cutting, and we cut the body off right behind the windshield.
With an axe.
With an axe.
Yeah, with an axe. And left.
Well, part of it was wood.
Yeah, it was a 4-door, and we left the front seats and the back seats, and it had a spoked wheel on the back. Spare tire still left it on there. And we left the hood and the windshield and the front fenders and the front bumper. Named it Nellie. And
No driver's license.
and painted the front fenders white and the rest of what was left black. No driver's license. And I drove it all over the country where we lived. And I think my big brothers was afraid I was going to get hurt or killed in it. And they traded it for a clock.
I'd forgotten that part.
He was the first one in Rock County that had a convertible. Homemade
I
convertible.
wanted a convertible.
Well, yeah, but you
So
didn't.
how old were you riding around in that Hutmobile?
12, probably.
12 or 13.
But he would never take that old car out until he got about 4 or 5 other boys to go with him. Help him push.
Well, he
would.
started. Yeah.
He wouldn't just go by himself.
Well, what kind of car did you have at that age when your wife helped to buy him one?
I had a Nash,
Is that one?
that old bathtub Nash.
That burgundy,
Yeah, it was.
like not like a burgundy, but a cranberry.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Wayne, tell them about how you can go drag racing down the main trip in Midtown, down the main strip, and your friends get the ticket for it.
Oh, Billy Joe.
This is fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I had this was in 56, 57. I had a 1955 red and white Crown Victoria Ford. It would
Did it have a
absolutely,
Continental on it
it would absolutely fly.
for that day?
And Billy Joe Gwynn, my buddy, he got a 55 Crown Victoria red and white. Well,
Y'all were working at the hose mill.
yeah, we was working at the hosiery mill making big money.
Big
$1.
money, $1.50 hour.
$1 a quarter.
Was
Well, that's what we started.
Well, your first raise was
Yeah. Don Newhouse, he wasn't working anywhere, but he had his mother's brand new 56 Chevrolet. Kept nagging me to race him because he'd heard my car was fast. And he kept after me, and so one night he hit me just right, and I said, okay, we'll start out down here at,
Wasn't you dating?
at the junction.
Dating Judy?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, Judy and I were lovers. But,
Yeah, love her. She sat on one side of the car and he sat on the other.
yeah. But I finally decided, yeah, I'm going to race him next time. So, sure enough, that night he asked me to race, or challenged me. And I said, okay, let's start out down here at the Davis Diner and we'll race to whoever's ahead, we'll stop. And we took off going toward Kingston from the junction. And it was a straightaway down through there, and we were neck and neck, and we passed a state trooper head behind a bank. And so I went on up around the curve, turned right on Fluff Road where we live now. And I was working third shift, so I went home and hid my car behind the house. And Don Newhouse, driving the Chevrolet, went through Kingston, up the hill. You remember where Viney Russell Station was? Where you were? Yeah. He drove his on the grease rack and ran it up in the ceiling. Yeah, and left it up there.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, that was slick. I didn't think about that, right? Because I was about to beat him.
He worked there. No, it's Don. What was
Yeah,
Don?
he, Don Snow, anyway, yeah, he did, I guess he did work there part-time. But Cox, Roy Cox was a state trooper. And Billy Joe, my friend that had the other red and white Crown Victoria, lived just a tenth of a mile off of the main highway. He parked his car beside the house, and he worked third shift too, and it was daytime. He went in, went to bed, his car was parked beside the house, you could see it plain view from the highway. And so Billy Joe was already in bed asleep. Barbara goes in there, his wife, and shakes him, wakes him up. There's a state trooper sitting in the driveway, and he's writing your tag number down. What have you done? He said, nothing, dear. Well, he come to the door, and she got Billy Joe out of bed. Billy Joe went to the door, and he said, saw you drag racing, said, I just thought I'd give you this ticket. Gave Billy Joe a speeding ticket. He didn't get him for drag racing, he just got him for speeding. Billy Joe took the ticket because immediately he knew I was probably the one. He took the fall. So by this time I was at home in bed. Somebody knocked on the door and I went to the door. Billy Joe with blood in his eyes said, Zeke, you been dragging? I said, yeah. And he said, you owe me $35. I said, what? He said, oh, Cox come over and got me out of bed for drag racing. I knowed it was you. I said, oh, thanks, pal. So I did. I paid him his $35. Can you imagine $35 a ticket now? That's a parking ticket now, isn't it?
I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, Billy Joe's got that on his record, not me. That's a friend.
But you got in more trouble than I did.
No, that wasn't trouble.
You did. When I got serious about Jane, that was early
That was
in
trouble.
life.
Now
That
that's
was early in life. And just knowing that I had a chance, Jane kept me out of trouble. And that's a fact. I wouldn't run a risk on Jane was.
You wouldn't take a chance of being bad, would you?
Would y'all have any favorite pets?
Bugs.
Oh, but let me tell you, she said you didn't do nothing bad. Who was that guy that come through the playground with mud on his shoes and walked through every marble ring on the playground and got their marbles stuck in his muddy shoes?
I didn't.
Lit
No.
firecrackers.
And cow poop.
Well, now that was on me.
Okay. Who peed in the rolly hole?
What a rolly hole.
It's a roll they dug for shooting marble.
Oh.
You dug 3 holes spaced apart and then one over here, and you used what you call a tolly.
The best marble.
Yeah, your big, and you would flip it and try to put that tolly in the first hole, and whoever got around to the last hole won. And I was leading the game. And Mother called me. Oh, we went to lunch, didn't we? She said lunch was ready, and we all went in the house. And I slipped out right before we went back out there and peed in all the rolly holes. Because I knew Wayne was going to be the first one to.
That's the truth, 'cause Grandma Bryant told me.
It splashed in that first hole. That ended the game.
It was muddy. It wasn't splashy.
That's gross.
But now shooting marbles, you draw a ring in the dirt, and everybody puts in a certain number of marbles, different colors and so on, in the middle, and you get your
Now
ball.
remember, we didn't have iPhones and all this stuff.
Again, this is our Xbox. The marbles in the middle, you take the tolly. How did we do to see who went first? Flip a coin?
Lag? No, lag.
That's right, we'd lag. That's draw
Draw a line
see who
on
get
the ground and
closest.
step 5 feet back.
One that got the closest got to go first.
Yeah.
And you'd bust their marbles. You had a better chance of winning because the marbles was like a pool table. They'd scatter everywhere, and some of them would go outside the ring, and they're yours. And so we was playing marbles one day, and this guy come through, had mud all over his shoe bottoms. and walked right through the middle of the marble ring and collected all the marbles in that mud. And I think it was my big brother.
Wasn't me. What did I do with the marbles?
You came up with some original stuff. I don't know what you did with them.
Well, who was it that had the spike? Steel ball.
Oh, I don't know.
And he could-
I remember it, but I don't know.
Well, he could flip.
Oh, break everything on that.
Well, when you're playing,
Probably Hubert Clark.
well, in rolly hole, you could you could take a span.
Yeah.
You know, you could earn a span, and you would do your span and move you. This is after you'd gone in the hole. You could put your thumb in the hole and make a span, and then shoot from there. And who was it that had the spike, though?
I don't remember who. Had
It was a steel.
the first one I'd ever seen.
It was a steel spike.
Yeah.
George, maybe?
It may have been. I don't remember who it was. But they were hard to come by because they were steel.
Bobby
Steel balls.
Asher.
Is that? Yeah, it was Hoover.
Yeah, Hoover.
Yeah, they called
Yeah.
him Hoover.
Hoover.
It was him.
It was Hoover.
But anyway, he could flip that thing so hard. If he was shooting at you to get you out of the game, he'd take that span, and then he was good at it. And if he ever flipped that steel ball and hit your tall end,
Oh, he's gone.
oh yeah, he'd crack it wide open.
Yeah.
And it was Isham.
Yeah.
Like a bull.
Yeah, it was old Hoover. He got that name from Run Through. You know the game Run Through, where everybody, you don't know
No,
that?
they don't know.
Red
Red
Rover.
Rover.
Yeah,
Red Rover.
it's sort of like Red Rover, only you
Well, you hold arms.
yeah, you hold arms and they see if they can run through
Yeah.
the line.
Now we did this waiting on school bus. after
Yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah. That's before they had school nurses too.
So if you got hurt, you're on, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Hoover, you can imagine. Hoover was a transfer truck at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest transfer tractors on the road was a Hoover. Hoover
Yeah.
van line.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody wanted Hoover on their side. But when he came up to run
He
through,
was huge.
he'd take the whole line down. He'd aim for the middle. He was so big that he could, everybody hung on.
Fast. I mean, he was.
Yeah, he could take the whole line down, just pile it up.
Well, the object is not to let him break the line. And everybody would have their arms locked together, and he could hit the middle.
He don't want to get through here and take everything on.
He'd hit the middle, and when he hit the middle, he'd take about 3 down off of each side, because it wouldn't turn loose.
It's a wonder there wasn't a lot of broken arms in that game.
It's a wonder we didn't get hurt bad growing up.
You remember the hunting dog, old Red, that we had? We had Big Boy, and we had Red, the red bone, and every time you shoot something out of a tree, he'd grab it and do the hucklebutt. Whatever fell out, he'd grab it and do the hucklebutt.
Yeah, I need to ask what the hucklebutt is.
Hucklebutt was,
Are you saying butt or butt?
But
B-U-T-T.
yeah, that was one of Chubby Checker's dances.
yeah,
What was it?
But,
Demonstrate it. Demonstrate it.
but
No,
I would
no.
get it. But he would. Whatever
He
you
had-
shook out that
he
tree,
had-
he'd grab it.
He had, the other night, he had real tight,
Skinny
Custom
jeans,
fit
that's mama
skin.
back.
Yeah. Okay.
and he had a very slim, below his waistline, he was slim, or he was wrapped tight.
They tailored him.
And he had his butt, the cheeks of his butt were just as round. I mean,
Oh, who, you talking about the dog or?
No, Chubby Checker.
no,
You
I'm talking
switched
about.
gears, so we're talking about the dog and I was saying.
Boy, look what a butt
I said
on
that, Chubby Checker.
I missed that part.
Where you take that dog?
Yeah, I don't even know
That
what
dog
we're
with the
talking.
tight bridges on over there.
Well, at the moment,
I
how great
No, it was something to do with
We were
pants.
wanting to know what the hucklebutt
Hey.
was.
Okay, that was what I
That's where we was going.
was, okay, his pants fit into the huckleberry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And his show that he used to put on, the pants, the other night, he was slim from the waist down, and then he had a pot gut. And they were form fitted to give him a big bulge. And his butt, yeah, really. Ask Jane. Jane was the first one to notice. Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah, Jane and Judy sitting there going,
No.
But he also
Jane
had.
punched me and
But see, now where the pants fit in was the way they were fitted on him, and his butt was just as round. I mean, the cheeks of his butt was just as round, and from his waist down, well, the hucklebuck was the dance that he was too old to dance. He's my age, he's 77, and all this twisting and carrying on that he used to do, it was like this. I mean, he didn't do any much movement. Well, the hucklebuck
Doing the huckleberry.
was a real fast hunch move.
Oh, well, hey.
And I mean, it was real suggestive.
Perkins,
Yeah.
Perkins.
So that's
That'd
what
be
the dog,
Perkins.
that's what the dog was huckle.
well, that's what
Oh,
old
the dog
Red
was
would do to
huckleberry.
whatever fell out.
Oh, okay, now I see where, okay.
Oh,
So the dog did the hucklebutt
Yeah.
too,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever
He
fell
used
out
that
of the tree.
term when nobody here would.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
whatever fell out of that tree, that dog would grab it, he'd do that.
And hucklebutt it.
Yeah, and I don't remember who was in the tree, sometimes we had to climb the tree
Yeah.
and shake it out.
Well,
And
Because he
whoever-
wanted
Well, that
to-
story took a turn from
Yeah,
whoever to who was in the tree. I don't remember who was in the tree. I went from what was in the tree to who was in the tree.
but whoever was in that tree,
Okay,
went to shake the possum, the raccoon,
Yeah.
or whatever it was gonna shake it out, and he fell. I just went down and he said, "Oh no, Red!"
cause he knew that the dog would get him.
He knew he'd get the hucklebutt.
I believe you made that one up. I remember that night we took Jack. You remember Jack Woolham,
Yeah.
Ernest, and Jack,
Yeah.
and they were well taken care of boys, well groomed, had store-bought haircuts, and just real nicely dressed, nice boys, but we didn't like them because they had anything they wanted. Well, Jack kept wanting to go possum hunting with us. He'd heard us talk about it. Well, he came over one night and he was wearing hush puppies, gray hush puppies. And that's the very color of a possum. And, oh, big boy treated